everybody. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the astrology stuff going on in the month of April 2022. Moon in Aries on the 1st today. That is going to rev us up and make us feel like we can conquer anything. So before you go climbing Mount Everest, take a couple days to just because the Aries moon is it's almost like overamping us, overhyping us to feel a little bit more energetic than what is realistically. Aries new moon is like having 8 shots of espresso instead of like just a couple of cups of coffee. So just go after your stuff with realistic expectations so you don't feel disappointed when, if you can't like do all that you had set out to do. All right. So on the 4th, April 4th, the planet Mars, which, that's the planet of war, the god of war is Mars. He is going to connect with Saturn. And they are both what we call malefics, which are planets that, let's put this in a nice way. These are planets that bring us growth periods. Challenges. Basically, it's a sucky aspect because we've got hot-headed Mars who just wants to start fights, and think of this as like an overabundance of like steroids or, testosterone. Kind of butting heads with authority figures. I think of Saturn like a high school principal who takes his job a little bit too seriously and is too strict, even though he means well. We're going to feel this push-pull thing in the beginning, I would say from April 4th through, I would say mid-April, the 14th, because this aspect is going to last a little bit longer than usual. So whatever you do, don't pull a Will Smith. Like, we're going to be tempted to act like that. When we get pissed, we're going to want to like get into it right away and give them a piece of our mind. And when you feel yourself getting upset like this, I would take a deep breath, go for a walk. Like, don't shoot off that text. Don't pick up the phone and give them hell. Like, because I'm telling you, it's not going to go well. And you're going to end up regretting it. And it's going to screw up whatever relationship this is. So we really have to be on guard to control our tempers and just like chill out. Okay, so that is the beginning of April. So like say be on guard for like the first 2 weeks, not to like blow your top over something stupid and that's not going to be worth it. As far as on the world view, battles are still going to be raging in the Ukraine and Russia. Realistically, with this aspect, it could ramp it up a little bit more, at least for another couple of weeks, which is unfortunate. But anyway, this too shall pass, right? So Mars and Saturn will finally part ways around mid-month, and we can move on to bigger and better things. Now, speaking of bigger, definitely bigger and better. So on April 12th, we have a cool aspect happening, and this is when Jupiter meets Neptune in the sign of Pisces. Now, these are cool planets, and Pisces is a very like groovy sign. So this is going to be a nice aspect. And because they are outer planets, they move very slowly. And so when they come together, they will stay close to each other in the sky from our vantage point for a much longer time than the inner planets like Mercury, Venus, Mars. So these two planets meeting in the sign of Pisces, this happens very infrequently. I think it's roughly every 160 years or something. And the last time they were together was 1856. Now, there's a couple of different ways to look at this aspect of Jupiter and Neptune together. Positively speaking, this is going to be a really good time for spiritual awakenings, feeling like you're having an epiphany. People that aren't even particularly spiritual, who may think, psychic stuff and mediumship is bullshit, they may actually come around and think, wow, I was wrong. People who, like us, who are already into astrology and tarot and modalities that are very esoteric, I think we're going to get a deepening of our understanding of certain things. I feel like mediumship in particular is going to really be ramped up. So through May, if you ever want to try to talk to your departed loved ones, this is going to be a great time to try it. Especially people who are water signs, I feel like are going to have like a little bit of an extra helping hand. I think, but everyone's going to benefit from it. Also, artists, creative types, writers, filmmakers, especially filmmakers, because Neptune has a really profound effect on film. It rules film, Actually, it rules art, creativity, spirituality, intuition, dreams, and emotions. Those are the good things it rules. It also has some negative aspects to it because it rules an overindulgence in drugs and alcohol. It rules addictions. It rules escapism. There can be some negative aspects to this. What I think personally is floods, because Pisces is a it's a water sign. Neptune is at home. It rules Pisces. So whenever a planet is in its home sign that it rules, it can operate like it's on fire. It's just going to town and nothing is stopping it. So Jupiter brings abundance to whatever it touches, in this case, Neptune. So I believe Jupiter is going to produce more rain, flooding, hopefully, God knock on wood, not a tsunami. But I would, if you live in areas that are flood prone or even by the coast, I would be kind of ready to rock and roll. Have a bug out bag, have some batteries and some canned goods, and the whole drill. Like, be ready, because just for kicks, I Googled 1856 floods. And sure enough, there was a huge flood in Avignon, France. There was flooding in Australia. There was a big, huge flood in Japan that killed, I think, 10,000 people and pretty much wiped out the city of Tokyo. Although in that era, Tokyo was named something else. I don't remember. But yeah, sure enough, this aspect of Jupiter and Neptune and Pisces really did a number on people regarding, rainfall and floods. So just, forewarned is forearmed. I'm not trying to be all like alarmist, but that's my personal feeling. Like, it's going to bring some of that. Oh, another thing that I think would be prudent if you're into recording your dreams, this would be a great time to study your dreams, because we're going to get a lot of downloads in dreams, more so than usual. So I would get an app that you can record your dreams, or if you're old school, just, write them down the minute you wake up, pen and paper style. But I think you're going to get a lot of cool info coming through in your dreams. All right. I know that we have a solar eclipse at the end of the month, but I think I'm going to do another video later about that, because that's like a whole nother thing. And I like to keep these videos somewhat on the short side, so they're more, palatable. And all right. So enjoy April. I think it's going to be really interesting. And in summary, like, keep your temper in check the first couple of weeks, chill. Just do things to sort of not allow stress to get to you, and enjoy the woo-woo aspect that comes mid-month through May, and will enable you to really kind of ramp up your skills regarding psychic abilities, mediumship, dream messages, and artistic endeavors of all sorts. We're going to be really like gifted from above, as you can say. All right. So we'll talk to you later about the eclipse, and you guys have a good couple of first weeks of the month. Okay,